I want to speak a little bit about how God is speaking to us so much of the time and we are not even perceiving it. In Job 33:14, it's written, God speaks once, yes, he speaks twice, but man perceives it not. So recently, I was in a hospital receiving surgery and I had complications. And boy, you better believe that I was listening and to and had my ears and eyes peeled to what God might be speaking to me in that hospital bed. And sometimes the way God speaks to us is very subtle. But one way that he was speaking to me was through the names of the staff that were coming in to care for me. So one time I had a large woman come in to help me, and her name was Grace. And automatically, it just resonated with me that God had so much grace for me. And this was something that he was trying to communicate to me when I had this large woman walk in, and her name was Grace. And she was very helpful to me. Another time, I had a staff member come in, and her name was Hope. And as soon as she walked in, I felt so much hope rising up in me. And she was so encouraging, and her name was so appropriate to who she was. And then a third time, I had a hospital staff member come in, and her name was Yu Wei. And Yue sounds so much like Yahweh, which is one of the names of God. And so I had not been able to walk for a full 6 days at the hospital, but she convinced me to try again. And this time I was walking. And so I asked her about her name. She was a Chinese woman, and she said her name meant rain. And so I saw just God raining down his provision for me in that moment, because for the first time in 6.5 days, I was able to walk because my muscles woke up. So I encourage you to be on the lookout for all the different ways that God might be speaking to you, and even to a situation that you're in, because he is always speaking. And it's not just one way. He speaks in his word. He will speak through people, but there are so many different ways that God is trying to communicate with us. So I just encourage you to have your eyes and ears peeled as you connect with God to receive what he has for you.